afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Monday. Brady Mallory's in for Susan, who continues her family leave. Good to see you.
Yeah, happy Monday.
Happy Monday. And great weather.
Yeah.
Great sleeping weather overnight.
I liked it. You had a good weekend then?
Yeah. Yourself?
Yeah, it was very nice. Yeah.
Well, good.
Thriving.
Living your best life.
I try to.
Okay. Here's what's making news on this Monday. Vaccination exemption rates for Wisconsin's kindergartners are among the highest in the country. Why that's concerning to state health officials.
A trial date has been set in former President Trump's federal case related to January 6th and alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 election. I'm Natalie Brandon, Washington, with where it falls on the presidential primary calendar.
And with a new school year about to begin, we'll have ways to make sure your kids bike safely to class.
Very important. Let's take a look outside. A good day to walk.
It is.
If you want to bike.
And sun's out.
Sun's out, but we got a hot holiday coming up. Get ready for that. Greg's in the backyard. Enjoy it while we can.
Yeah, definitely this week's going to be really close to average or even fall-like for some of the posts that we'll see. But yeah, we are looking for a hot holiday coming up. Maybe not quite as hot as we saw earlier last week. Today, no problems right now. Mid to upper 70s for most location. 80 as you go further west, but overall low dew points. Really, we're struggling to get to the mid-50s, so all in all, a very quiet and good end of the August day for most of the state of Wisconsin right now. As you look at really visible satellite now, just a few clouds beginning to pop up. We do have a front that's up to the north, so expect more of those clouds to begin to pop up and increase in coverage overnight. Big picture as we zoom in, you can kind of see that up to the north. That is a front that is coming down, going to provide some chance for maybe a shower or two later tonight, but all in all, it's not going to do much other than knocking the temperatures down as we get into tomorrow. Overall, as we look at tonight, this evening, we'll get back down to the upper 60s by 10 p.m. Light winds, cloud cover, but all in all, a really fantastic Monday evening overall. So coming up later in the broadcast, what we're going to break down is we do have the chance of showers. Not a great chance coming in. May see some 40s for lows, but yes, the heat and humidity do return for the Labor Day weekend. Maybe want as impressive as we saw it last week, but we could see some few records. I'll break all that down and more later in the broadcast.
All right, we'll check back, Greg. Thank you. Medical experts here in Wisconsin are concerned heading into the school year after data from the CDC found Wisconsin kindergartners have some of the highest vaccine exemption rates in the Midwest.
Our Catherine Merck took a deep dive into the numbers and has a message for parents as to why doctors want kids to get vaccinated when they're young. Catherine?
This is the data from the CDC that was turned into this map by Axios. The darker blue on this map are higher rates of vaccine exemptions. As you can see, Wisconsin is one of those darker blue states, along with Idaho, Arizona over here, that same level of dark blue. Wisconsin there, one of the most concerning in the Midwest with one of those darker colors. CDC data show the nationwide median rate of kindergartners with vaccine exemptions nearly doubled between the school years ending in 2012 and 2022. I spoke with a public health strategist who told me that the best time to get vaccinated is in the kids' early years.
Being a child in school is a little different than anything you experience when you get older, because you are in a situation where you are close together with other children, touching similar things that other children are, even more so than in middle school or, high school, college.
Axios points out that some of the skepticism around the COVID-19 shot could lead to higher vaccination rates for other shots. I'll have more on how the pandemic could play a factor in these numbers and what you need to know as parents tonight on 6 on News 3 Now.
Thank you, Catherine. First Lady Jill Biden will visit Madison on Thursday. The White House will fly Biden into the Dane County Regional Airport before holding an afternoon tour and listening session with Senator Tammy Baldwin. The First Lady is expected to talk about the progress of President Joe Biden's Cancer Moonshot Initiative. And the First Lady will also speak at an event with the National Education Association and American Federation of Teachers before speaking at a political finance event with Senator Baldwin later in the evening.
Shorewood Hills police are searching for the driver who they say crashed a stolen car along University Avenue Saturday night. Officials were called to the 3200 block of University Avenue just before midnight for a report of a rollover crash. Police said that the people inside the vehicle ran from the scene into the village. Police searched for the people involved in the crash but were unsuccessful. An investigation found that the vehicle was reported stolen out of Madison and had fled from UWPD officers before the crash. The judge in the former President Trump's federal case relating to January 6th and alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 election results has set a date for trial.
It'll coincide with one of the biggest election days on the presidential primary calendar. Natalie Brand has the details from Washington, D.C.
Former President Trump's attorneys did not get the 2026 trial date they had pushed for in his federal election interference case. Instead, the judge has scheduled it for March 4th of next year.
The judge, I think, largely was just not buying what the defense was selling here. I think what the judge acknowledged here is that there is a public interest in a speedy resolution.
Jury selection is scheduled to begin the day before Super Tuesday, when 15 states hold GOP primary contests. It also comes 3 weeks before his New York trial related to alleged hush money payments to adult film actress Stormy Daniels. Trump told a conservative radio show Monday that his supporters are still with him.
Usually if a thing like that happens, that's the end of your political career.
That's true.
And what happens is they get it because they see the nonsense that they're talking about. It's nonsense.
Judge Tanya Chutkan emphasized she intends to treat Trump as any other defendant and said he will have to make the trial date work regardless of his schedule. That schedule will also include court dates in Georgia on charges of conspiring to overturn the 2020 election in that state. Trump and 18 co-defendants are scheduled to be arraigned on September 6th.
I have a strong feeling that District Attorney Fani Willis is going to be trying a number of different iterations of this case because it will be difficult to try all the defendants at once.
One of those co-defendants, former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, was in court today asking that his case be moved to federal court. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
Former President Trump is using his legal cases to fundraise Trump supporters. His campaign announced it had raised $7 million off of his mugshot since last Thursday.
The University of North Carolina has ended the lockdown after an apparent shooting at its flagship campus in Chapel Hill. About 3 hours after warning students to seek shelter indoors and avoid windows, the school posted an all clear. School officials and local authorities haven't provided any details about the alleged shooting.
President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris met with organizers of the 60th anniversary of the March on Washington and members of the King family at the White House. It was at that march Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his famous "I Have a Dream" speech at the Lincoln Memorial. President Biden says hate is on the rise in America. When asked about the shooting in Jacksonville, Florida by a white gunman that killed 3 black individuals, the president says America is at a potential turning point toward hate, and a significant minority of Americans wants to prevent the change he says the country has been working on for quite some time.
Florida residents are evacuating from homes in low-lying areas along the Gulf Coast as forecasters predict that Tropical Storm Idalia will hit the state as a major hurricane by Wednesday. Automatic sandbagging machines are running around the clock in Tampa. Idalia would be the first storm to hit Florida this hurricane season, and a big blow to the state, which is still recovering from the devastation of Hurricane Ian almost a year ago. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has declared a state of emergency, and the state has mobilized 1,100 National Guard members. Well, continuing our back-to-school coverage, a lot of kids will be biking back this week or next week.
So it's a good time to brush up on safety. Chris Stanford asked the team at Trek to help us out.
When I think of back-to-school bike safety, one of the most important things is making sure that the rider is all set up for proper safety, and that really comes to the #1 most important thing, the helmet. I've got my friend Rory here. He's going to help me out with making sure that helmet is sized and set and ready for the ride. There's an adjuster on the back that'll sit there and help obviously make sure helmet isn't moving around, covering his forehead and back of the head properly. That chin strap having just a couple fingers of clearance to make sure that that strap's keeping the helmet on the head. Another important factor on your bike trip to school is definitely being bright so other motorists or riders can see you on the ride. Rory knocked it out of the park here. Now we'll move to the bike. We want to make sure it's safe for the trip, so a couple things. We want to make sure there's proper pressure in the tires. The bars are nice and tight and snug. Saddle is set up to the proper height, so there's just a slight bend in the knee. Obviously making sure that the brakes and the drivetrain components are all working properly. Now it's time for the ride. It's important to practice before the first day of school, but it's a great opportunity for the parents and kids to get one more ride before summer ends. It's understanding the route and making sure that the rider is getting to and from school safely. A great opportunity when planning the route with the kid before the first day of school is you can make it a memory game. You sit there and pick the key street names on that route, and they sit there and set up a game to obviously memorize the different street names to keep them on the route. From all of us here at Trek, have a safe back to school.
Good advice for any biker, I think.
It's good to be aware as more people will be out now.
Right.
So.
Absolutely. Well, still to come at 4, it was the final bow for the elephants at the Circus World Museum in Baraboo.
We'll take you to their final performance when Live at 4 continues.
Sometimes the do-it-yourself route isn't the best option. Call Monona Plumbing instead and get your plumbing problem fixed right.
A name you can trust when service is a must.
Your heart is the beat of life. If you have heart failure, entrust your heart to Entresto. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor if Entresto is right for you.
You know, if you were cash backing, you could earn on everything with just one card. Chase Freedom Unlimited. So if you're off the racking or crab cracking, you're cash backing. Cash back on flapjacks, baby backs, or tacos at the Taco Shack.
Nah, I'm working on my six-pack.
Switch to a King Suite.
Or book a silent retreat.
Silent retreat? Oh, hold up. Yeah, I can't talk right now. I'm at a silent retreat. Cash back on everything you buy with Chase Freedom Unlimited with no annual fee. How do you cash back? Chase, make more of what's yours.
At USA Insulation, we fix hot homes. Over 7 out of 10 homes are poorly insulated. Is yours? Here are some of the signs. Is your house too cold in the winter? Is it too hot in the summer? Does your furnace and AC run almost non-stop? Do you have different temperatures in different rooms? Are your energy bills too high? You don't need a new home. You need better insulation. And right now, when we foam your walls, we'll insulate your attic for free.
USA Insulation.
This summer, happiness is a new Chevy. You can go farther, tow more, and bring along everyone you love. Your road to happiness begins in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on select popular Chevy SUVs when you finance with GM Financial. Plus, make no monthly payments for 90 days. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
There's nothing better than a great night's sleep on a new Tempur-Pedic mattress from Steinhafels. And right now, save up to $700 on adjustable base sets. Plus, get $300 in Steinhafels cash. Tempur-Pedic queen mattresses start at just $42 per month when you use Steinhafels 72-month financing. Tempur-Pedic mattresses are designed to make aches and pains a thing of the past by relieving pressure points and supporting the body as no other mattress can. Shop in-store or online at steinhafels.com.
Sometimes the do-it-yourself route isn't the best option. Call Monona Plumbing instead and get your plumbing problem fixed right.
A name you can trust when service is a must.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Welcome back. Yesterday marked the end of an era for the elephants at the Circus World in Baraboo as they take their final bow.
Wow. And for the first time since the Ringling Brothers arrived in Baraboo in the late 1800s, the elephants won't be returning. It's a trend across the country as circuses have been stepping away from elephants.
Photojournalist Corey Ferris brings us the sights and sounds from the pachyderm's final performance under the big top.
Back in the days of your great-grandparents, in years gone by, on Circus Day was heard this cry: hold your horses. Here come the elephants!
There are 135 years here in Baraboo and over 62 of our 64 years here at Circus World. This is the last and final performance under the big top with our largest and most celebrated stars, the Circus World elephants.
We got to come to the circus for the first time with my children. So as a parent, it's my first time bringing them. So it was really special and also very monumental because we had to say goodbye to the elephants for their last time here.
From 1888 on, the first two elephants come to town, Babe and Fanny. So they're part of the DNA of this community. I mean, they're everywhere in town. When you get off at the interstate, elephants in a circus train emblazed upon the overpasses. Public art here in this community is all circus and elephant themed. The Ringleys used to take their herd of elephants for a walk around town multiple times a day. And so many Baraboo residents have fond stories of the elephants stealing laundry off of their lines or picking their prize petunias out of the front lawn. It's just been part of the community experience here at Baraboo.
I'm happy for them because I feel like, I bet it was, you know, pretty arduous sometimes for them. And on the other hand, I think it's really sad because they brought so much joy to people and they still do.
There's nothing that can really replace them. The show will go on, but there'll be a jumbo-sized hole in all of our hearts.
Well done. And thank you for spending your life here in Wisconsin. Have a nice retirement.
Until we meet again.
And if you're wondering what will happen to the elephants, they will be moving to retirement at the Endangered Ark Foundation in Oklahoma.
And the reason I'm holding a cat, we'll find out right after this. Investors shifted their focus on inflation and jobs data, sending stocks higher. The Dow Industrials gained 213 points. The NASDAQ added 114. The S&P 500 was up 27. Lisa Bernard is here from the Dane County Humane Society. Time to meet our pet of the week. Welcome to you.
Mystery solved.
Mystery solved. That's
is-
not his name, though.
What is his name?
Sith Lord.
Sith Lord.
Sith Lord.
But you
Yes.
say he's not.
He's benevolent. He is. He is friendly. He's a little shy right now.
So he's 5 months old.
5 months old. He was brought to us with 3 other siblings. The siblings were made available yesterday during our Clear the Shelters weekend. He, however, when he came in, he had a bit of a cold. So they thought he had an upper respiratory infection. So we were treating him for that, and then he wasn't eating well, so that's why he's a little scrawny.
Oh, look at that.
But we've been working with him, and he's been eating better, so now we feel he's ready to find his new home.
So his health is good otherwise?
His health is great. So he's got the cutest little darker nose on his patch.
And his eyes are so pretty,
cute.
too.
But he's really friendly. Staff just adore him. They say that he comes to the door of the cage when you approach, and he starts purring when you pet him. And so he's very sweet. When we were driving here, oh my goodness, he's bumping the crate door going, pet me, pet me.
Yeah, this is a little stressful to come out here, all these other weird people.
Yeah, so, but otherwise he's super, super sweet, and we would love to find him a home.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's a great little guy.
Yeah.
And you got some bling now that you got available. A swag.
Swag.
Not,
Swag.
I don't know all these kids' terms.
I'm wearing the swag today, so yeah. One of the items that we have says Dane County Humane Society, proud parent for people who adopt. And then we also have animal friend. And then there's also other types of shirts. They come as t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, sweatshirts. And you could only buy them on our website. We do not carry them at the shelter. So if you go to our website, you can pick a size, pick a color, and
help out the Humane Society at the same time.
Exactly, and show your support. So.
What's not to love?
Exactly, right? We make it so easy.
All right. Last time?
Tango.
Oh, I remember Tango.
Tango got adopted.
Yay.
And is dancing his way in his new home. So.
All right, let's get this guy home.
Yes.
I think he's done with me.
Aww.
No, I think you should hold him the rest of the show. You just have a cat now for every show.
We'll get him a home.
We're going to get him a home. We open at 2 p.m. tomorrow. We were closed today.
Oh,
so.
because you had the
Clear the shelter. Yep.
How many animals did you adopt?
We adopted out 76 animals, so we really want to thank our community for all of their support. Thank you so much.
Okay, let's get this guy a home too.
Yes.
Go to giveshelter.org for information about Sith Lord and all the other animals, and the swag.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have Do you use a weather app on your phone?
No, from time to time. But we'll show you how not all weather apps are created equal when we go beyond the barometer. Coming up.
Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
How much money have you wasted trying to find the right shade of foundation to match your skin tone? You end up with so many unused bottles, yet you can't bear to throw them out. Now, there's Color Beauty Self-Adjusting Foundation, which means you'll never search for the perfect shade again.
It's really difficult for me to find a good tone foundation. I usually purchase about 3 or 4 and sometimes mix them. Color Beauty is a game changer in finding the right foundation. You put it on your skin and it transforms into your own skin tone.
The Color Beauty foundation is so simple to put on. My skin looks great and it just looks awesome.
The key to the innovative Color Beauty formula is tiny color beads that release and blend to perfectly match your skin tone as you apply it. The foundation is white when it comes out of the bottle, but when I begin to apply it, it adjusts to blend perfectly with the color of my skin.
My biggest problem area is my cheeks right here. Color Beauty feels really light on my skin, and I can tell that it is pretty full coverage, so it looks like I don't have too much foundation on, but it is covering all my acne scars like I was saying before. I actually really love it.
It's weightless and it's full coverage, and also it literally just matches my skin as soon as I put it on. It's no work. I've never experienced a foundation like this.
Color Beauty only comes in 2 colors, light and medium. If you have fair skin or you burn easily, go with the light. If you have darker skin, go with the medium. Plus, with an SPF of 50, they're getting the highest level of sun protection in a lightweight formula. And best of all is Color Beauty's exclusive special.
Order Color's Ultimate Beauty Package today and get 40% off. That means you'll get the color adjusting foundation, the skin smoothing primer, and the fan favorite lash enhancer for thicker, longer looking lashes at 40% off. Plus, get free shipping. Visit color40.com or call the number on your screen.
Well, take a look at this shocking video showing a small plane's fierce collision with a helicopter at a Caribbean airport. The plane, operated by Air Antilles, was carrying 6 passengers and 2 crew members and just landed at the airport in St. Bart's when it collided with the parked helicopter, turning it on its side. The plane's owner says no major injuries reported. Investigators are now trying to figure out what exactly caused the collision and presumably how to keep it from happening again.
Wrong runway.
You don't? Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think that's the.
Yeah, unfortunately. Close encounter. Yeah.
Well, if you need to relax after that story, today is National Red Wine Day, August 28th, of course, and it marks the time grapes are ripening for some of the world's favorite varieties. So don't hesitate to pour yourself a glass or 2 today. Just remember to do it responsibly. We don't have any samples out here. What?
I know. Well, you might not.
Oh, controversy. What's in there? Red, white,
clear.
Clear.
Okay.
All right. So nice sleeping weather.
It's going to be fantastic this week, really. I mean, we're going to get hot this weekend, but we could see some areas getting the low 40s maybe in a couple nights. It is getting close to fall now, so that's not unusual. But unfortunately, the rain, we're not getting a lot of it, and we could go through a long stretch of that. So I'll break that down, as well as the Labor Day forecast and exactly how hot it'll be after the break.
Mark, a little help here? Keep it down. The noise is making them angry.
Whoa. Hey, I'm not a beekeeper, but I can replace these windows fast.
Let Feldco be the experts in your home renewal. Right now, buy one window and you'll get one free. Plus, no interest for 1 year. And we'll get it done Feldco fast.
Buy one, get one free ends Labor Day. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Progress means producing renewable fuels for trucks on the road today. We're partnering with farmers to develop these fuels using everything from plant byproducts to cow manure. And then using those fuels to help lower the life cycle carbon intensity of the transportation industry. Driving the world forward today while forging new roads to the future. That's energy in progress.
Set summer in motion with the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and the Accord, both with available hybrid powertrains, designed to deliver more thrilling performance and more innovative tech. Make every adventure more electrifying with Honda, the most awarded brand in Car and Driver 10 Best history. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Look, Mom, I found one. Oh, yeah, you did, but we need an ATM from our bank, unless you want to spend a small fortune in fees.
No, thank you. Banking with BMO means more fee-free ATMs than the 2 largest U.S. banks combined, including places like pharmacies and grocery stores.
Saving money and more convenient. Look at you being so helpful.
What'd you expect? You're studying at a help stop.
That's you.
That's me, at a desk.
When a bank helps you get and stay ahead, that's the BMO effect.
Hopefully, your family will never need to hire a personal injury lawyer. But if you ever do, it's important to understand that not all law firms are the same. A lot more is involved than one phone call and a quick settlement. To make things right again, it can take time, and it will take talent. Since 1930, Habish & Rotier has recovered more million-dollar results for our clients than any other law firm in Wisconsin. Habish & Rotier, national reputation, hometown service.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, we're going to have some precipitation coming up, and unfortunately this is going to be another dry pattern and really could actually use some more rain, but maybe a shower or two tonight, tomorrow with a cold front coming through. It does look fairly dry this Labor Day, and maybe next weekend some more chances too, but those don't look as impressive either. The story with the temperatures really fall-like, especially tomorrow through Wednesday. Then we warm up through Thursday, Friday, and then the hot and more humid conditions come this weekend and look to last probably through at least the middle of next week. Once again, not as hot as humid as we saw before. Overall, big picture shows here comes that front from the north that's going to dive south. A few showers overnight. Once again, more activity further north. And as we go through tomorrow, we might see a few more showers with cloud cover. But notice the north winds will usher in a nice cool fall-like air mass at least through Wednesday before we start seeing the flow begin to turn around. But that's going to take some time out to the west towards Wednesday. You'll start seeing the system out there. That'll begin to turn the upper level flow more southwest. So I think that's when we'll start seeing warmer temperatures. But it's going to take a long until we get to the end of the week. Big picture shows there's the hurricane coming up that we're dealing with in the southeast, as well as one out into the Atlantic. But over time, as that pushes across, we're going to start seeing the ridge build back up. That heat dome's going to expand to the north. Probably Friday, we'll start seeing a piece of it. Then it looks to be Saturday, Sunday, and all the way through Monday, it's going to kind of sit over us. Depending on how far north it goes, still could determine how hot we get. But once again, the good news is I don't see the dew points and the moisture being as high. As we get towards the Labor Day, we'll start seeing that kind of break down toward next week, but it's not going to break down as soon as you expect, probably the middle of next week. Unfortunately, with this pattern, it's not really conducive to a lot of rainfall chances. This is for really tonight and tomorrow. Otherwise, big picture shows this is for the next 7 days. You can kind of see it doesn't change much for the track, more to the north and to the south. So unfortunately, we could use more rain. We're going to have a dry August, it looks like we're going to end up, and we're going to start September probably fairly dry. For the excessive heat, we are keeping an eye out after Labor Day. That could extend. You see the moderate risk goes all the way up to at least southern Wisconsin. Higher risk probably further south, but we'll keep an eye. This could extend through about the middle of next week. Once again, that means highs probably in the low 90s. Could break a few records, but but once again, the heat index will probably stay below 100 because we're not going to see quite as much moisture, or those dew points will probably stay a little bit below what they were last time. For tonight, really, we're going to see the cloud cover increase. Here comes that line of broken showers probably develop after night. Really a lot of hit and miss showers. Most areas will remain dry. You'll wake up tomorrow morning probably in the low to mid 60s. The winds will start picking up out of the northwest in the afternoon. We might start off clear in the morning, but we'll see cloud cover increase in the afternoon with another chance for a shower probably through the evening hour. Notice the temperatures, about a 5 to 6 degree drop in temperatures back to the middle to upper 70s. As we go through tomorrow night, watch the temperatures. The clearing skies will probably get down into the 40s a lot of areas, mid 40s in certain areas up to Camp Douglas and Sparta, but you're going to wake up. It's going to be kind of fall-like for your Wednesday. Those temperatures will only get back up into about the low to mid 70s, more like mid to end of September with that northeast wind. So that's kind of what we're looking at. One thing with this, we might see more haze the next couple days with that front coming down. It's going to drag somewhat more of the smoke. Don't think it'll be surface-based, but for tomorrow we might see a little bit of that haze until it kind of gets pushed to the southeast, probably as we get closer to Wednesday. But overall, if you look at the 7 to 10 day forecast, there's our temperature, 72 on Wednesday, quite fall-like with mid 40s potentially. Could be some areas in the low 40s that morning too. And then we start warming back up to about the upper 80s as we get towards Sunday. And then the hot and humid conditions for Labor Day, but once again, not as oppressive that we saw, but we could see a record maybe Sunday or Monday, depending on how warm it gets. So it's going to come back, but not going to see the heat indices we saw last time.
The unofficial end of summer, 90s. Why not?
Well, you know, we got to end it on a good note there.
So we got some questions last week about why certain weather apps like Apple Weather have been showing ridiculous numbers in their forecasts, where ours are a lot more reserved.
Yeah. So what is, for people not familiar, Apple Weather, and then why is ours more accurate?
Because they typically choose a model to go with, and we'll have a graphic up here soon that shows you. There's several models to pick at when you go further down the road when it regards to temperature. And a lot of those just pick one. They don't have a human involved with it, and that's what you get. It's usually raw numbers, not bias correct, as we say. We like to correct the numbers based on how the trends go. That's called bias corrected. But they'll just shoot that out, so you will get some crazy numbers if they pick one of the models that is predicting to be very high in the temperature.
So let's see the app here. Do we have that? Here we go. So they have what?
109 on Tuesday.
So that's probably not going to happen.
No. No, they're picking one of the models, and that's ours. As you see, we kind of look at other information, as well as the National Weather Service does too. Kind of blend of models goes into that, and it results in a temperature that's more expected. Once again, it could still get to 109. It's still a remote possibility, but it's a very tiny possibility. But really, our temperatures look like that. If we go to the next graphic, you'll see in the system, it'll show you how much model data that we do get that goes out further in the future. There it is. That white high line, that's our forecast. That's the max temp. Now, all those other little squiggly lines, those are model data that goes out and depicts the high temperatures. Now, as you go further out, you can see some of those are getting all the way up to 100 as we get towards Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. We're kept ours further down, closer to more of the consensus. And that's what you see with a lot of them. If you have someone involved, they can pick the one that works well. Or in some cases, we have one that has like 1,000 members, a blend in there. So it looks at everything and does a lot of statistics stuff with it. So it ends up with a temperature that's at least a little bit closer to average what it should be. But once again, it gets a lot of uncertainty as you get towards the future. So depending on which app you look at or which one you have, a lot of times there's no forecaster looking at that. They're just shooting one model into it, and that's what you're going to get.
No human input.
No. No.
But ours is. But
ours has human input. We look at all the 10 days. We look at that. We make sure that it is in line with what we're expecting to be happening. So that goes with temperature, that goes with winds, that goes with everything. A lot of those apps focus on maybe the first 72 hours. Beyond that, they're just going to put a model in there, and you're going to live with it. So.
And I guess a later version of the Apple app had the temperature on Tuesday back down to like.
Once again, that model is going to change back and forth each run. I mean, there's 4 runs typically with long range models, and then sometimes there's an ensemble that goes out that far. So you will see it jump around. So don't be surprised. One day it's 109, that far out 107. It could go down to 92, because it all plays in how far that heat dome is going to go up or north or south. So models kind of try to depict on how far north it's going, and that can change run to run.
And if you absolutely can't use our app, do you have a suggestion of what app someone should use?
You know what? I think the National Weather Service by far is the best. If you don't have an app, they can go. They don't have an app either, but they got a website, and they typically are using consensus models too. So all in all, if you don't have model data, what we do is go back to Climo. climatology. So what's the average temperature? Should be 78. So if you got nothing else to go off, you go 78 typically. Okay. So usually it's going to end up with that.
So you have 5 different amps. You're going to have 5 different.
You can. That is exactly true. And you can have more than that. There's a lot.
I think it's got to be one of the most popular categories on phone apps is weather.
It is, because it automatically comes on in every phone now. Apple has one, Google has stuff, so everyone has it. So it's right there in your hands. So once again, like I said, just be aware, be advised. If you see a temperature, check ours before you do that.
Channel 3000 weather app.
Yes.
The most accurate. It's certified, right?
It is.
All right, Greg. Thanks for going beyond the barometer with us. Coming up next year on Live Before, we remember a legend. TV's Bob Barker died over the weekend.
And then at 5, parents looking at buying school supplies will notice the effects on inflation. We'll find out how.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to Power Swabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. Power Swabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
My favorite thing about the Power Swabs is that I was actually able to take the swab and really get through some of those areas that are kind of like untreated. I felt like I can immediately see the results, and I'm like, oh, I'm definitely starting to see the shades getting brighter and brighter, or whiter and whiter.
If you have yellowing between your teeth, if you have coffee or tea stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And in each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution.
Well, they're whiter, they're brighter, and I feel better about my smile. And it was so easy to do.
One friend was like, your teeth look like really white. Did you do anything to it? And I was like, I did. I did Power Swabs.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. This Labor Day, order Power Swabs and receive up to 50% off the retail price. And as an added bonus, get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 50% off and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
America, it's time to gear up and get out there in a new Ford vehicle. And it all starts at your local Ford dealer during the Discover Summer Sales Event. Choose from a great selection of trucks and SUVs equipped with the tech and comfort you need to discover your best summer ever. With a large inventory in stock, now is the best time to trade in, trade up, and discover summer with Ford. During the final days of the Discover Summer Sales Event, choose FlexBuy on Escape or Edge and get 1.9% APR financing for 66 months plus $1,500 FlexBuy cash.
New at 5 News 3 Now takes a look at how inflation is impacting school supplies, what you should know before grabbing any last-minute deals.
Temperatures are going to slowly warm up the next couple of days and get pretty hot for Labor Day weekend, and especially on Labor Day. I'll have more details at 5.
And ahead at 6, vaccine exemptions for kindergartners have doubled in the last decade. We find out why Wisconsin ranks among the highest for excused vaccinations. That's tonight at 6. Giving the weather satellite a spin, we end up in Gainesville, Florida, where a hurricane watch is now into effect.
Yeah, so it's calm right now, and hopefully everyone stays safe.
90 degrees. Yeah.
Not 109, though.
No, not 109. Okay. Well, there's sad news in this CBS world. Bob Barker, the host of The Price is Right and a beloved fixture on television for more than 50 years, has passed away.
He was 99 years old. Stephanie Elam has a look back on his remarkable life.
When it comes to game show hosts, Bob Barker was one of the most beloved. For 35 years, he was the man with the mic and the money on The Price is Right. Barker described his own winning television career as unexpected. He spent much of his childhood on an Indian reservation in South Dakota, his family part of the Sioux tribe. World War II military service brought Barker to new places.
I had never been up in an airplane, and I had never seen the ocean, and I had not thought about landing an airplane on a carrier.
After the war, Barker landed radio jobs and married his high school sweetheart before breaking into television.
It's time to play Truth or Consequences.
Barker's run on the comedic stunt game show lasted 18 years.
That's beautiful.
His smooth hosting style got noticed by game show producer Mark Goodson.
He saw me working on Truth or Consequences, and he liked my work. And he told me that he would like to have me do the new Price is Right, they called it.
He said 2. It's 2. There he goes.
The mix of savvy shopper guessing games and big prizes have made The Price is Right America's longest-running game show, and Barker its most memorable ringleader.
Being on that stage, reaching out and gathering those folks in and making this thing work, getting up, build them up as quickly as possible to a pitch that is just fun, fun, fun.
Offstage, Barker faced some battles. In 1981, he lost his wife of 36 years to lung cancer.
She was Mrs. Bob Barker, and to me, she always has been and always will be.
He faced struggles of his own, including a stroke and a sexual harassment case brought by a female employee of The Price is Right. It was eventually dismissed, but tarnished Barker's silver image for a time. Through it all, he remained focused on his work and philanthropic efforts, signing off each show with this tagline:
Help control the pet population. Have your pets spayed or neutered.
Barker was a tireless advocate for animal well-being, donating millions toward animal rescue and rights groups.
If I'm remembered at all in the years to come, they'll refer to me as that old man who was always talking about spay and neuter.
Barker spent his career giving away money, but reflected on his own good fortune in retirement.
I'm blessed. I had the opportunity to have fun and just look forward to going to work for half a century.
Quite a legend. I interviewed him about 15 years ago, 20 years ago when we went out there. Nicest man in the world.
Yeah, I was going to say, for a lot of people, when you were homesick, you had chicken soup, saltine crackers, and Bob Barker on The Price is Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Quite a legend. Oh, they asked him what he missed most about The Price is Right. The money.
Oh, yeah. I
That's
like
what he
The Price
said.
is Right money. I could use that.
Yeah. It's a race to the #1 spot at the box office.
We'll see which film took the checkered flag next in the Loper Report.
Barker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Parker Heating and Cooling.
Millions of Americans earn and use credit card rewards. A few big box retailers want to take those rewards away. Rewards we use on groceries and school supplies. The cash back to save on gas and grow our small businesses. And travel miles we use to make memories. The so-called Credit Card Competition Act would eliminate credit card rewards. No more travel miles, no more cash back. When lawmakers help mega retailers line their pockets, we pay for it. Tell your lawmaker to vote no on the big box bill.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something in the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes in as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy
Words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home. So we applied it to his under eye bags. And let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view. And now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more." And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This Labor Day is the best time to try Plexiderm at our starter price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Yeah, rail traffic overall is looking good. Nothing really on the belt line that's really slowing things down. 151, we had a crash at about 3:20 near the ramp at County PB. That's still ongoing. That's some of a slowdown there with construction too. Up to the west, Mount Horeb, nothing to speak of. Up to the north, everything looks good and clear. And the same story as you go down to the south towards Janesville. Nothing on the Interstate 2. If you got people that are paying attention to the hurricane, eventually going to be a Category 3. We time that out. It should make actually landfall as a Category 3 sometime in the Wednesday evening hour. So we're keeping an eye on that one as evacuations continue. So if you have any travel plans, obviously avoid that, and then probably avoid areas of the Carolina as it should continue to move up there and dissipate, but definitely an area to avoid.
All right. Thank you, Greg. While cleaning out his neighbor's house, a New York man discovered this egg signed and dated 1951. It was signed by this woman, Mary Foss Starn, while working at an Iowa egg farm 72 years ago. How it lasted so long is anybody's guess, but Mary prides herself on having better handwriting now than she did back then.
I just feel like that would smell. Maybe not?
I think it's probably nothing left to it.
Nothing left, it just... All right, I'll stop scrambling my brain trying to figure it out. Happy Monday.
One in three women and 1 in 2 men will be diagnosed with cancer in their lifetime. That's according to the American Cancer Society.
A recent study finds certain kinds of cancer are being diagnosed more often in younger adults. Researchers found early onset cancer rates were going up fastest among people who identify as American Indian, Alaska Natives, Asians, and Hispanics. Cancers with the highest numbers of early onset cases diagnosed in 2019 were breast, thyroid, and colorectal cancers.
The percentage of the country that is obese at this young age now is higher than it's ever been.
Health experts believe that's one possible reason for the rise, along with smoking and lack of exercise. Researchers also think screening for these cancers has become more sensitive. Health experts say a healthy lifestyle can help reduce your risk of cancer. That means a healthy diet, exercise, and limiting alcohol.
Well, racing fans got to start their engines in theaters this weekend as Gran Turismo hit the silver screen.
Here's our resident film critic Will Loper with his Loper Report.
Hey, Mark and Brady. Gran Turismo just barely finishes first in the finish line against Barbie, making $17.3 million this past weekend. But is it worth racing to the theater to see?
What is this? It's a contest. The best Gran Turismo players in the world get a chance to compete in professional racing.
The film tells the remarkable true story of a teenager.
Jan, all you do is play video games with some crazy dreams of racing cars.
Dad, you're the one that told us to always do something we love.
A video gamer who plays the Gran Turismo driving simulator and goes on to become a real-life race car driver.
I'm sorry. You really think you're going to take a kid who plays video games in their bedroom, you're going to strap them to a 200-mile-an-hour rocket? It'll tear him to pieces.
The film also stars Orlando Bloom as the Nissan marketing exec who comes up with the idea of bringing gamers to the racetrack.
It's not going to work. The guys who race are elite athletes.
But I won't stop now.
Your kids are scrawny little gamer kids.
Well, that's where you come in.
Come on, let's go! and David Harbour of Stranger Things as a gruff and grizzled former racetrack driver and engineer who trains the gamers to race.
Must be a new experience for you, moving your legs.
At times, the movie can feel like a giant advertisement for the video game and Nissan. But the film has the classic, undeniable underdog story that makes it very easy to get invested in our protagonist. And the racing scenes are exciting as ever to watch. Gran Turismo is worth seeing and is playing in theaters now. New on video on demand platforms Tuesday is the 2023 film Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
You've taken your chances, made your mistakes, and now a final triumph.
Watch Harrison Ford take up the fedora one last time as adventurer Indy, trying to stop bad guys from getting their hands on a device that might be capable of time travel.
But I've been looking for this all my life.
Over on streaming services, newly streaming on Hulu Thursday is the series Spellbound.
Wow, can't believe your mum owns W Apothecary. What's that?
Just some W recipes, I guess.
When a teen finds a book of family spells, she learns she is a witch.
You're a witch.
Not just me. You. We call ourselves Wizzens.
Come on.
And streaming on Netflix Wednesday is the series Live to 100 Secrets of the Blue.
What is the secret to living a long time?
Community. If you're depressed, you're not going to live very long.
Follow an author as he visits 5 communities with the highest amount of people living to age 100 and beyond.
So the steepness for us is very important. Just by walking, you have an additional energy expenditure.
For Live at 4, I'm Will Loper.
What's the best tea to drink on a daily basis?
Wine.
Today is her day, then.
That's Red Wine Day.
Yeah.
Lots of good stuff out there. All right, we'll be right back with the final check of your forecast coming up.
Ivisia Dry Eye Drops. Made with hydrating polymers, moisturizing hyaluronic acid, and revitalizing trehalose for instant dryness relief that lasts up to 8 hours. Ivisia, we see a better way.
Save big money with 11% off everything now at Menards. Need cleaning supplies? Menards carries top brands like Dawn, Tide, and Bounty. Right now, get $10 instant savings on qualifying purchases of $40 or more of these and other brand name products from Procter & Gamble. Update your floors with Palmero vinyl plank flooring. It's durable, waterproof, easy to install, and adds a stylish look to your home. Just 99 cents per square foot after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
I was stuck. Unresolved depression symptoms were in my way. I needed more from my antidepressant. Vraylar helped give it a lift.
Adding Vraylar to an antidepressant is clinically proven to help relieve overall depression symptoms better than an antidepressant alone. And in Vraylar clinical studies, most saw no substantial impact on weight. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke, report unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults, report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, as these may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, weight gain, and high cholesterol may occur. Movement dysfunction and restlessness are common side effects. Stomach and sleep issues, dizziness, increased appetite, and fatigue are also common. Side effects may not appear for several weeks.
I didn't have to change my treatment. I just gave it a lift.
Ask about Vraylar and learn how AbbVie can help you save.
New at 5, the school year is here for some. News 3 now takes a look at how inflation is impacting your students' school supplies. What you should know before grabbing any last-minute deals. That's next at 5.
Help us pack the truck to kick off Coats for Kids.
September 11th, News 3 Now is collecting kid-size winter coats at Clinky Cleaners on Monona Drive.
Stop by with a coat to keep kids warm this winter.
Pack the truck for Coats for Kids.
Yeah, it should be a great evening as we get temperatures back down into the upper 60s by 10 p.m. We do have a few showers maybe approaching northern areas after 10. Probably Madison if they hold together after midnight. Once again, will be a lot of hit and miss with most areas not receiving. Once the cold front comes through tomorrow, we see temperatures plummeting back down to 72 for Wednesday. And then we start climbing way back up with some record high potential, maybe Sunday into Monday. Once again, heat indexes do not look as bad as we saw last week, but it definitely will be a hot Labor Day coming up.
Not as humid.
Not as humid.
Okay, great. Thank you, Greg. He said not as humid. Tomorrow, you're on Live for UW Health. Dr. Jeff Potoff has all the latest COVID and medical news.
And Consumer Reports shows us 5 things in your home you didn't know actually have an expiration date.
What did you get? A 94.
That's good. AAA Auto Insurance scored a 94 on member satisfaction.
What? AAA Auto Insurance?
Uh-huh. You can't shush the truth, people. You can't shush the truth.
AAA Auto Insurance. Expect something more.
Looks like they finally got rid of that trip hazard. They pump it full of mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Where are the patched holes? Where's the splashed mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Concrete lifting technologies can quickly raise and level any concrete surface using cutting-edge foam technology made in Wisconsin. Fast and accurate and eco-friendly.
How did those guys do it? Where are the holes? Where's the mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
If you have heart disease and are on a statin, lowering cholesterol can be hard. Diets and exercise add to the struggle. Today, it's possible to go from struggle to cholesterol success with Leqvio. With a statin, Leqvio is proven to lower bad cholesterol by over 50% and keep it low with 2 doses a year. Common side effects were injection site reaction, joint pain, urinary tract infection, diarrhea, chest cold, pain in legs or arms, and shortness of breath. Ask your doctor about twice-yearly Leqvio. Lower, longer Leqvio.
Progress means producing renewable fuels for trucks on the road today. We're partnering with farmers to develop these fuels using everything from plant byproducts to cow manure. And then using those fuels to help lower the life cycle carbon intensity of the transportation industry. Driving the world forward today while forging new roads to the future. That's energy in progress.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection is here 24 hours a day.
7 days a week for all your residential and commercial plumbing services.
From installation, repairs, and maintenance to complete sewer and drain cleaning, we've got you covered.
Visit MononaPFP.com.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
What did you get? A 94.
That's good. AAA Auto Insurance scored a 94 on member satisfaction.
What? AAA Auto Insurance?
Uh-huh. You can't shush the truth, people. You can't shush the truth.
AAA Auto Insurance. Expect something more.
In today's Final Touch, calling all red-haired people.
Hundreds of people born with red hair met in the Netherlands this past weekend. It's a celebration of being ginger at the annual Redhead Days Festival. According to organizers, some 5,000 redheads from all over the world visited the festival, which offered workshops on painting, makeup, and skincare, photo shoots, music, and speed meet events. Redheads make up between 1% and 2% of the world's population, with a higher frequency of between 2% and 6% in people in northern or northwestern European ancestry. The Dutch festival started by accident after an amateur painter placed an ad in a regional newspaper in 2005 for 15 models with red hair. 150 people responded. The artist decided to bring all those people together for one big group picture. They kept in touch. It's got so much attention that it's turned into this.
Is Reba there?
I don't know.
That's my question.
She should be.
She should be. No, she should be here.
All right. That's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here again tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.